Libra, welcome to your March 2017 General Tarot reading. So before I begin, I have been saying ahead of all my videos that I thank those people who have left comments. I've noticed, and even today it happened again, where somebody had left a really nice comment on my channel, and I don't even check there. You know, it's like, it's not one of those easy access kinds of places. You have to like make a special effort, and it's not that, you know, easy to click on. And you may have noticed yourself that even your regular comments on under other videos are not, or when you're trying to access responses to them, it's a much more convoluted process. So just realize that I do tend to read them eventually, but I don't always get notice of them right away. And so that's been kind of a little bit of a, I think it's been a complication. I don't understand why they're doing it, to be honest with you. I don't think it lends itself. I think it almost sounds to me like they're trying to discourage a lot of communication between different people. And they're making it harder for you to access your own comments. So I don't understand why that would, you know, help them at all. But, you know, what can I say? I hope that they go back to the old way. But every time that I've looked it up, it doesn't sound like they're doing that anytime soon. So the other thing I wanted to tell you about are some of the transits that may impact you in March. And you know, you're ruled by Venus, so when you have a Venus retrograde, that is going to be something that affects Taurus and Libra individuals probably more than the average sign. For you, it's happening in your opposite house because it's starting off in Aries and going back into Pisces. So it's going to hit your 7th house of committed partnership and then go back into your 6th house of work, your daily routines. I would say that you know, if you are married or in a committed relationship, or maybe even if you were estranged from a partner that was at one time a committed relationship, you may hear from them. You may be trying to negotiate, you know, where to take your relationship next. It could be something along those lines. And when it goes back into the 6th house, it may not have anything specifically to do with your love partner. It may have something to do with your work situation, about your compensation, about the conditions in your workplace. Maybe they're not pleasant and you want to make them that way. You know, Venus can be about that as well, about harmony. So that could be what's going on with Venus. It will go direct in mid-April, just to let you know. There's going to be a full moon in Virgo happening on March 12th. Virgo is your 12th house, so that can be one of these kind of mystical experiences. You could have a vivid dream, prophetic dream. It could be a realization about something that maybe you've kept deeply buried, or just something spiritual that you discover about life itself, or your karmic mission, your soul's mission, or just your karma in general. Any kind of issue that you kind of swept under the rug may come to the surface. We have a new moon in Aries, the first new moon of the astrological year. It's going to be on March 27th, and there again, that's 7th house of committed partnership, new beginnings. So that can bode well for people that have had maybe a bit of rocky times with their marriage. Maybe you're going to have more smooth sailing ahead, so that would be really cool. But maybe some kind of new development either way. Okay. So right after I said new beginnings, I get a card of new beginnings. New beginnings in love as the central theme. So I was talking a lot about just, I didn't mean to, but because this is a general reading, but I seem to be talking about a lot of relationship issues. Well, they tend to be showing up here. This could be something, though, if it is a job offer, it's for something that is more than just a place to go to work, but kind of a soul's mission, or, you know, a heartfelt kind of a thing where you can put your heart into it. Maybe something that is creative or with counseling, because those areas deal with the emotions. This could be a new love relationship for you. I mentioned at the end, you have a new moon in that 7th house. So that could be a relationship with somebody that is a new beginning with somebody at a deeper committed level, not just a dating partner. And actually, I'm just going to, I usually don't go in this direction, but I'm going to just kind of reiterate that, because this is a marriage card or a committed card, the 10 of Cups. This is the higher message. So it could be, you know, telling you that this is kind of destiny for you to be in this situation. Maybe you had to go through the fire. Maybe there were some challenges with a partner, but it ended up all's well that ends well. This is a card of family joy, so it's not just about you and another person, but your blended families. So in other words, harmony. You know, it's, if you're, especially like, let's say you're in a second marriage and you do have maybe children from prior relationships, and you know, it's not enough for you to be in love with somebody. Your families have to get along because you have minor children. If you have, of course, it's also helpful to have family harmony when you have, even if you have grown children. It's always nice to have that kind of harmony where you're not with somebody and everybody hates that person on your, you know, on your side of the family, and they don't want to be around that person. So this is a card where everybody is kind of a united front and they're celebrating. The 10 of Cups can actually be a literal wedding. So because it's right below the Ace of Cups, it could be saying that that's the Ace of Cups is how it starts and the 10 of Cups is how it ends, which is marriage. And as a spiritual message, it may be telling you this because you have doubts. Maybe there are some other areas where you don't know if this person is the right person for you. Could be something as shallow as looks. I was going to say, with Libra, you know, you may be like, you know, this person is not my type. I don't usually go for this type of person. Usually I like somebody who is this, has this color hair, you know, has this type of body, you know, like very specific. And yet maybe you've been there, done that, and haven't had a real, you know, soulful relationship, which is what the Ace of Cups represents. So kind of a soulmate, or a heart-centered relationship. But you've had, you know, arm candy. And then, you know, this is kind of like a different person, but you realize that this person really cares about you. And so that's why you're sticking around, especially if you've had a lot of relationships not work out in the past. For the past position, we have the 3 of Wands. So that can indicate travel. For some people, you may have met this person in your traveling. And that may have been, so it may have been going a far distance. maybe for work. And that, you know, with the Venus retrograde, it is going back into your 6th house. So that could be some kind of, you know, adjustment between some type of work that you're doing and a love partner. But this is a card of, you know, kind of opening your boundary, or, you know, your sense of possibilities. I was thinking of that Dixie Chick song, Wide Open Spaces. You know, trying to... that's kind of like when I was trying to say, like, not be too rigid in the type of person that is, you know, is a good love partner for you. Of keeping your options open because you want it, and you don't want to be too particular, because you might miss that diamond in the rough who is a good partner for you. And you know, again, I have fun in kind of generalizing, because there is a grain of truth in what I'm saying. That's why there's, you know, there's 12 archetypes for personality. We could call them templates for each sign, right? So it doesn't mean that every single person is going to totally resonate with that, because they have moon signs, you have a rising sign. All of these things kind of alter that sun sign, okay? So not all Librans are going to be the same, but it is often enough that we can make these kinds of jokes, because there is a grain of truth in it. That Librans love aesthetic. They have that aesthetic craving, or that sense of wanting things to look good. So that includes people, you know, color coordination, but, you know, wanting an attractive partner. And that can be, that doesn't mean you can't find a good partner who's also very good looking, but if that is the chief criterion, that can be problematic. That can lead to a series of shallow relationships. And, you know, it's interesting because alongside of that Ace of Cups, we get the Star. And when I get the Star, I always think of somebody who's kind of been through the ringer, coming out the other end, who, you know, is finally, you know, feeling a sense of faith again. So somebody may have really let you down, and you may have thought that it was impossible to fall in love again because, you know, somebody really treated you like you weren't worth it. And you may have thought, I'm not going to go through this anymore. I can't go through this anymore. And now you found a person who is worthy of you. Now, this could actually be an Aquarius, because this is associated with the sign of Aquarius, or maybe you meet them during the time of Aquarius. As I am recording this, it is already Pisces. Today is the 21st. So if you met them before this date, or before whenever we went into Pisces, I don't know if it was the 19th or the 20th, but that could have also been a timing issue. But it's a card, it's a very hopeful card. So you may be feeling a lot more positive than you have in recent times. And that certainly is good. The Ace of Cups is a very positive card. Now, I must say that for any kind of career situation, I'm reading these cards as almost like a second March love reading. But you could get an offer that is a job offer near and dear to your heart. And what can happen is the Ten of Cups can be a card of prosperity as well. So it could just be reiterating that this is a really good time for you. The Star card is that you're very optimistic. The Three of Wands could be either that you traveled physically, or that you just have this sense of wanting to expand, maybe have your own business. What is coming in is represented by the World card. So this is about ending a chapter of your life. You do have Jupiter in your sign. So you're entering, you have entered a whole new 12-year Jupiter cycle. After Jupiter is finished in Libra, it goes into your second house of earned income. So that's even better, like for financial things. And that'll happen in October. But before then, you may be simply going through a particular ending. Perhaps this will be when there's a full moon in Libra. And I think that is on April 11th, but don't quote me. I actually don't know when that full moon is occurring. I think it's in April. I think it might be April 11th. Yeah, because the full moon in Pisces is the 12th of March. So that must be the same. Yeah, it must be the full moon. So that might be the timing in early March. Now, this is right before Venus goes direct, this full moon in your sign. So just that might be when you have a sense of like the old, because that's what the full moon can be about, endings, and it's in your sign. So it could be about ending a chapter in your life. The World card is also a card of achievement, success, taking your bow or getting your certificate, if you have, it's graduation day, but I see it as more of a cosmic graduation of going on to the next phase of your life. And, I got a couple, the two major arcana cards I got, the Star and the World card, are both cards of, they're positive cards. The World card is about possibly having some kind of success that you should be proud of. In relationships, it can be a travel card, just like that Three of Wands related to love. The outcome is the Page of Pentacles, and this could be that money comes through to you, maybe not like a massive sum of money, but enough. It could be that some of you need to travel for a love relationship. I mentioned the Venus retrograde. That might be tied into it somehow. Maybe you met somebody. Maybe you're doing some type of contract work in another country. You met somebody and you went back home and they stayed where they were, and now you're trying to get back to them. It could be one of those situations. The Page of Pentacles is saying you may hear word about a job or about money. You may get a lump of money that may be enough to take you on your trip to see this person, but it could be for work. It could be that you're going to go somewhere else and be assigned somewhere else and make money in another country. And the Page of Pentacles could simply be a message about that job. So anyway, Libra, I hope you enjoyed this. If you'd like a private reading, please click on the link below. Otherwise, have a great March. Bye.